It's Elise from AQR. This is Making Sense of Credit. So we're talking about this, all this stuff right here, and how we got this. Important things to note: opening and closing dates. Those are really important. We're going to be looking at finance charges and new balance and finding what that's going to be. Other important things: average daily balance and APR and finance charges, because we're going to be actually making those. Important things to note also is that the fact that credit, if you have credits being put on your credit card, these are negative numbers because they're going to bring down your credit, and we're going to subtract that away from the balance of your debts. These are added onto your debts, so because this is what you use to charge and all that good fun stuff. So if you notice, we have the opening and closing dates. And our first question right here: use the information in the statement to determine the balances throughout the month and then calculate the average daily balance for these purchases. And that's done because we are actually going ahead and getting the daily average, and we're finding how much is being charged every day to this card. Then that comes up into a monthly fee. So what I've done right here, if I bring up this little spreadsheet, is the fact that we have a balance sheet. I went ahead and wrote all the dates all the way from the 19th all the way down to the 18th of August. And of course, I've done a little bit of other stuff, but I'm not going to show you that in this video. So, first things first, I'm going to look at the days, and this is where I'm going to go ahead and use my actual mouse and keyboard. And then I'm going to actually do some math. So, I have here on the, let's see, the 19th, I have a beginning balance of $2,342.51. I actually set all these to numbers so we don't to money, so we don't have to worry about those numbers. Then it doesn't change until at least the 23rd. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep on writing these days down. And you can do this by hand. I mean, if you know spreadsheets, you can go ahead and use a spreadsheet for this. So on those days, those are the only days that we have that. So it's, let me see, I'm just going to go ahead and write that down. 1, 2, 3, and then 4 days of that. Then on the 23rd, it changes. We have a gas charge, and our gas charge is 70.61 is shown right there. So we go ahead and just, I'm going to put equals, that way the math is done automatically for me. $2,342.51 plus 70.61, and I'm going to push enter, and there it is, already changed for me. Now I'm going to go ahead and copy these down for until the next day. And then, oh, wait a minute, it changes that next day. So we only have 1 day of this, and it changes automatically on the next day. So we have, let's see, right here, 2,000, let's see, equal to $2,413.12. And we have a payment. This is a credit. So since it's a credit, we're going to be subtracting 100. But within on that same day, we have two transactions. We have here on the 7th, 724, 724, we have two transactions. So we have to add that transaction also. So we also add plus, and if I look over here, $139. Okay, and there we go. So it just changes slightly, but enough for us to go ahead and actually put that into our daily balances. Okay, so we have that from the 24th to the 25th to the 26th to the 27th, and then 28th it changes again. So I'm going to take that number 245, well, let me see, equal to 2452.42, and then we're adding on a new charge, and it wasn't till July 28th we added flowers to 24.95. So 24.95. So 24.95 is added to that. So we got that. We're doing that. Push enter. Oh, and I forgot to do this one little thing. 1, 2, 3, 4 days of that. Probably wondering why I'm doing that. I got a pretty good reason why. So then on the 28th, it stays like that to the 3rd of August. So put this in, put this to the 2nd of August, and then the 3rd of August we have another change. 2477.37 plus whatever we have for our groceries, because that's a grocery bill. So that's $176.33. Excuse me. I didn't expect that. Whoops, it didn't work. That's probably because I didn't put a equal sign, and I need to put a decimal instead of 0 point. Yeah, that's right. That's good. Push enter, but we want to see how many days it stayed like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 days it stayed like that with that particular number. Then I have this last thing. It's till the 18th of August. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this number till the 18th of August. A lot of numbers. The mute. All right. So then we have this. Sorry for taking a little while. That's the 17th of August. Now we have the 18th of August, where we have one final thing happen. So we have equal to 2653.70. And we had a return, so that gives me a credit. So we're going to subtract that from here. So 50.21. And that's the last day that anything changes. So that's everything right here, I do believe. And we go ahead and use this. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know what? I'm getting bored of this. I'll just do that, and then there, 16. If you watched closely and saw what I did, keep it under your hat. Alright, so now what I'm going to do, since these days are like this, I'm just going to go ahead and say, alright, I'm going to grab my calculator. It takes a few seconds to bring it up. Alright, the first number right here is 2603.49 times 16. That's why I went ahead and started counting the days. Then I go back, look at this. Well, it changed right here. So now adding 2477.37 times how many days? 6 days. Plus, I'm going to go find the next one. I'll just look at my sheet of paper for this information. There's the next one. So 2425, let's see, 2452.12 times 4. I always put my finger on that. If you can't see my finger right now, it's on the computer. Alright, so now I'm going to look for the next one. This is the next one. I only did it once. Plus 2413.12. Only did it once. And then the final one is going to have 4 days. So 2342.15 times 4. And I forgot one. And you bet you guys are yelling and screaming at me right now about this one. That shouldn't have been the 16th day, so that should have been just 15. I made one big mistake, and this is one big mistake. So I had to change this number from 16 to 15. It's 15, and then I also have to go ahead and put in the first one that I was going to do. So 2603.49 times 1, since just one day, plus. Whoa, had a syntax error, so I have to always look at those, make sure. Oh, I see where it is. Hate it when I do that. I forgot to put a plus. So I have this one, so second delete plus. It's a little bit off of the other one. I don't know why. I gotta check my math. I'm gonna pause this just for a second. Okay, class, I found my error. It's supposed to be right here. Then instead of 2603, this is supposed to be 2653. So I already changed it. So now, yes. And it's exactly what I have here on my spreadsheet. First, I told it to take the sum of these cells, and you guys can figure that on your own, and then it just gave me that, and then I took the number and I divided it by 33. And so it's really good to know what to do with that. So we're going to go ahead and divide that by 31. I said 33, but that's supposed to be 31. That gives me the daily average. So this right here is my daily average from this, which is a pretty good daily average. I may have some errors right here from what I can see, so let's go ahead and just leave that alone. And then after that, you have this stuff. So you could have done it this way, just looking at all the numbers right here. Why do I have 37? That should have been 77, 07. No, I don't fix that right now. But all right, so you can see this is exactly what we do, and then we have to get something called our daily periodic rate. Might as well finish this up on my feet. Okay, I'll erase this. So we're gonna find out what we're paying for this every day. We're gonna go ahead and find out how much are we going to be charged every day. So to get that periodic daily average, we take our APR, which is 28.99. Which is what we got up here. That's what we have right here in this section right here. Denoting again, divide by 365. That is every day you're getting some kind of charge. So this is going to be 0.07942. Remember, these are percentages. Now when you go ahead and do your multiplication, you're going to need to go ahead and change this into a decimal. So you divide that by 100. This gives you 0.007942. If you go ahead and take the daily amount, which is $2,543.81, and multiply that by 0.007942, this gives you $2.02. Now we're going to be charged this once a month, so that's 31 times $2.02. So that gives us 62.62. And that ends up part of our charges. So basically what we do is we take the previous balance, our first balance, and that's $2,342.51. We take our credits, we subtract that from this number, which is $150.21. We add our debits, which is $410.89, and we also add our finance charge, and that comes out to $2,665.81. Now, for any of these numbers, our minimum payments are usually done at 3.5%. And if you went ahead and take $93.30 and divide that by 2665 point, what's that number again? 2665 point, let's see, 0.81. That comes out to be 0.035. And that means that we're going to be using 3.5% on this. So that's what we do so far. Just remember, this is only part one of this. We're going to have a different part, so I'll go ahead and finish that up later.